はーい。このシラジラさじきです。今日もヒットマン3やっていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。で、前回は、やっとね、ドバイのミッションをクリアしたので、今回からね、新しいところ行ってみようと思います。それでは、まずは、オープニングの映像からどうぞ。
She came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
あれ私概要欄にプロビデンスって書いてあるけど、コンスタントじゃねえこれ。あれちょっと概要欄書き換えますか。待って、なんか、第二次世界大戦とかのいろいろやってたやべえやつってことだけはよく分かったのと、今回の敵の、資金源兼メディア捜査係というめちゃくちゃ権力持ってる人なので、こいつ殺そうねっていう話なんですけど、殺しに行きますか。
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her three adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson, and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
さて、行きましょうか。まずはミッションストーリー3つぐらいあるんだけど、これでいいか。まずこれを目指していきましょうって話なんだけど、回れそうにはないかな。そっから行ける？なんか見つけた。
Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlyle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
あいつになり変わるのはいいかもしれないな。さて問題はこっからなんだけど、これいける？コインとかで呼べたりするかな。どっちが反応したかな。こっちか。
Yes, you are the man. What?
こっちか。来た。
Hey, who is throwing stuff around here? Come on. Good job. Somebody.
OK。とりあえず見つからずに済んだっぽい。で、ちょっと待ってね。特になんもないよな。OK。で、ここの位置だと見えないから、多分問題ないかな。よし。で、多分あそこにメイドさんがいるので、このメイドさんに多分ついてくる感じかな。
Thank God you're here. Can I take you to Madame Carlyle?
そうです。私
If
が
you'd follow me.
今日呼ばれたカーラインで
I
す。
know I oughtn't say anything, but I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral, and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary, and all this security. I've never seen the place guarded like this, and I dare say I don't like it at all. This is what I mean. You have to be patted down before you see Madame Carlyle inside.
早口早口。なんかめちゃくちゃなんか
Looking good, man.
よく分かってないんだけど。あ、やば。ボディチェック忘れてった。こんなところに置いていいのかって言われたらあれなんですけど。はい、ということでボディチェック受けます。
Okay, thank you, sir. This will be over in no time.
概要欄を後で書き換えないきゃな。
Okay, let's go, sir. Thank
OK、
you.
ということで入るんですけども。ここ
Mr.
どこよ。
Whitmer, thank you for coming on such short notice.
はい。
A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience,
あ、
a
この人
thorough
探偵さんか何か
examination
な
of
の
a
かな。
potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler. Madame Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As you wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
やべえ。字幕がめっちゃ欲しい。とりあえずなんか寝てる時の
I feel
と
obliged
ころ
to
でなん
point
かある
out
らしいんだけど。
current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature.
は
You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that the staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning.
あ
was
あ、
locked from the
朝死体
inside,
が見つかったか
and a
ら
suicide
この死体どうやって殺されたのかちょっと確認してっていうお話。
However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room. To my right.
A locked room murder mystery 47.
本当にあれだ、
I
探偵さん
trust
だ
you'll。get to the bottom of this.
ここを調べて誰が殺したのかを見ようねって話なんだけど。
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
なんで長靴？長靴を調べてて、
Why don't you use your
これ
camera
が
to scan the dead body 47?
死体らしいんだけど、なんかこれさ、とりあえずあれするか。カメラで写真を撮るか。
Throat markings indicate a rare.
Found in victim Z。10時ぐらいに死んだらしいんだけ
Plant
ど、
poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons 47.
なんか植物毒でやられたと言ってんだけど、誰が殺したか、誰が殺したか。他に何かないかな。なんかあったよ。
A hidden door.
隠し扉があっ
It's a
た。
secret passage.
え、何これ。
This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photo
なんかマップ見つけた。
copy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor.
これ何？あ、外が見える。こっちもじゃあ外見える。あ、ここで誰かいるかがわかる。なるほど。見えてる。で、こっちは開ける。でここは開ける。
You've likely not exhausted the room for clues 47.
なるほどね。なんか秘密の扉見つけちゃったんだけど、多分今はそれどころではな。あれは撃ったら落とせるみたいな感じかな。それはまあいいんだけど、撃ったら落とせる。
Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
まあとりあえずちょっとまだ情報が足りないので、とりあえずなんか植物毒で死んだらしいってことだけわかるので、ちょっとじゃあいろいろ聞いてきますかってことで、下に行けばいいのかな。下に行けばいいんだろうね。下ってどうやって行くの？あれ？あった。なんか全体的に暗いな、この家。
Can I do anything for
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you.
あ、
It's
祝い
a
が
list
な
of
い
the
よ。
possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
オープンインテルメニュー。
This is very useful information 47. So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Do you good.
I said speak.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
I said speed up time, not my passing. Now just go away, will you?
Of course, sir. I'll come back later.
How very kind of you, dear Mr. Fernsby. I hope to see you soon. Creepy old git.
Patrick Carlyle.
Is giving you a really hard
Can you tell
time.
me where you
deserve
were
better than that,
yesterday
Lawrence.
evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out.
弟殺し誰がやったかとりあえずアリバイ調べてこようねってことでアリバイ調査中ですね。
Don't tell mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
なんかこい
What
つ
did
怪
you
しい
think
け
of
ど
Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding circus.
なんかちゃんとした理由で結婚してるなさそうな気がするな。ま
By boredom.
あいいんだけど。さて、まあ、とりあえず
Oh, just remembered I went for a stroll behind the greenhouse last night. Maybe that's where it is.
What is?
My lost button. The one you couldn't find at the
クエ
graveyard.
スチョン
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
なんかできるやつがいたらしい。ザ・サン・オブ・エマ・グレイシー。まあ殺された人たちとの殺された人と今回のターゲットの子供らしいけどわからんな。とりあえずまだこの人に聞ける？もうこの人には聞けないのか。なんか聞けそうな人いないかな。やばい、このミッション一番厳しいかもしれん。理由？シナリオがわからないからね。ちょっと英会話の能力が低すぎてやばい。なんか知らない？なんか鳥の部屋って言ってる。あ、
You look tanned.
次の
I
あれ
bet
だわ。
Mother spent the last week at her Cyprus estate. Am I right?
I'm not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Oh, come on. I need to know what's going on. This affects me too, you know.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together. And
次の容疑者が見つかりましたね。
Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 8:45. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort overstaying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange.
このおばさんあれだな。
You know, I
3時間自分のオフィスにいたって言ってんな。9時から。だから、アリバイはまあ誰も見てないけど。
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
まあとりあえずこれじゃないんですけど、とりあえずこいつは9時から12時ぐらいまで自分のオフィスで仕事してたと。仕事をしていたんだと。で、特になんか変なことは聞いてねえと言ってんだよな。でもこの格好になってるとあれだな。いろんなところに行けるな。セキュリティだ。なんかあそこになんかあるよ。ガーデン、庭ですね。この庭は暗殺にはもってこいっていうか、いろんな服とか着替えるのにもってこいな部屋ですね。部屋っていうかあれだけど、ここにあれがあるのか。ああ、鍵がないからダメですね。多分庭しか何かになれれば終わりかな。ここであれができるのか。ちょっと待って、まだあれをやりたい。これの続きをやりたい。で、他にまだ容疑者がいるっぽいんだけど。
No time for jokes. It's not like Madame Carlyle to do something like this. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
主要人物っぽくねえな。主要人物っぽいってなんだって話なんですけど、今回それに絡んできそうな人物ではなさそうなので、これであれなのか。なんか壊してできるのかな。ピックアップできるのね。なるほどね。シッティングルーム。次はこの人か。あ、さっきのチャラ男っぽいやつの親御さんですね。おそらく。
I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Anything else you want to know?
8時頃に1回ドリンク飲みに行ったようで、基本的にはもうご飯食べたらそのまま寝ちゃったって言ってるね。
How do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Is that all?
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind.
なんか変なことあったって聞いても基本的にみんな何もないよって言ってるの。
was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
この人が死んだ人の奥さんですね。で、8時にドリンクを取りに行ったよーって言ってて、でその後はEmma says the Charles company was always awkward ってなんだって話なんですけど、do his 植物に関係してるのかなぐらいですけど、とりあえずまあいいや。とりあえずこの人にも聞いたので、このおじさんかな。
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough.
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger ball. He's better off dead. Anything else you want to pry?
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
なるほど。全く分からなくて草。
Maybe stop keeping an eye on me. Who put you up?
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
犯人が分かったら来てねって言われたんだけど、時間が経ったらあれなのかな。
God, I hate this place. I totally get why Zachary is such a weirdo. I'm losing it, and I only arrived yesterday. He didn't leave Thornbridge for...
まあ上には上がれるのか。なるほどね。
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
レベッカルームの鍵がいるけど、どうやったら入れるんですかねって言いながら。
Please stay back.
出てけって。来んなって。お前にはその権限はないって言われたでしょ。
Excuse me, sir. Seems like you're not cleared to come through here. Sorry.
じゃあここにはないんだろうね、情報。おそらく。じゃあここ以外だよな。
Oh, stop pacing. For God's sake, Emma.
Why don't we get any kind of explanation? It's bloody rude, that's what it is. Making us come here to play funeral and then show up like nothing's the least bit strange.
Don't get your knickers all twisted.
何やってんだこいつら。
That door leads to Emma and Gregory's room.
Maybe Miles right. Big Bush just must have come just to mixed up the windows on set down, build something.
Hmm. とりあえず3回行ってみますか。危な。あれポテチじゃね？まあいいんだけど。さてこっちかな。よし。で3回来ましたよと。こっちダメなのか。じゃあ逆か。ほい。こっちはこっちで微妙なんだけどな。どっかから登れねえかな。こうか。てか今2階にいんじゃねえかよ。あのおばちゃん。あのおばちゃんに話聞こうと思ってただけなのに。まあいいや。こっから上り下りできるってことが分かったので、まあそれでも収穫かな。おばあちゃんあそこにいるのか。オッケー。そこか。出てこんかな。出てきたら話が聞けるんだけどな。出てきたわ。こっち来んかな。来ないんか。じゃああのおばあちゃんは関係ねえのかな。あのおばちゃん関係ない説あるな。ないな。
Very well, Mr. Fernsby.
Make sure you focus on your work.
I will.
I don't need one more maid crying in the kitchen. So watch yourself around young Mr. Patrick.
Don't worry about me.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Question suspects
Glad to see you're still
and
alive,
search
Mr.
locates of
Still alive,
interest.
still bored out of my mind.
Is there anything I can get?
インタレストってどういう意味だっけ。そこやな。ちょっと待ってくださいね。カラスもうるさい。インタレスト。興味。なんか 興味か。クエスチョンサスペクト。興味のあるところを探してねって言われてるんだけど、ここってなんかあれかな。怪しそうなところは、あ、おじさんいた。
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'd never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all, I have a speech.
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can do to help?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
なんかこの人気弱そうだし、やらなそうな気がすんな。なんか死んだ時間ぐらいに行ったよって言ってんだけど、なんで死んだ時間知ってるんですかね。まだ聞き逃してる人がいるっぽいんだが、どこやねん。リンゴをとりあえず拾ってと。キッチンに来たけど、スタッフルーム。なんかお前なんか知ってそうだな。
I'm in trouble, aren't I? I spent the evening with Patrick. We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of pressure.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
But he was such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games. Never any romance. I deserve romance.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
You're giving me a bit of anxiety, sir.
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
家政婦を見たみたいな状態になってる、もしかして。
So 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
I'm getting a headache from all the decisions. I mean, pram or stroller, comforter or not. Should I ask her to marry me? What if she says no? And then this big funeral thing tomorrow. It's the last thing I need.
You'll be fine, Robbie. The kids are great.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
ああ、ここがオフィスか。なるほどね。もちろん相手はないと。 開いてないんかだよな。まあでもこっからの上り下りができるってことは分かったのでいいんだけど、いや見つけるの難易度高くないですか？
I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the security at the gate. But all that is safe with Ethel. She never misses a step. Gossiping and word bow.
Fake funeral tomorrow.
Zachary found dead upstairs.
バール探すか。バール探すが多分ね一番手っ取り早い気がしてきた。困ったらバールで解決するという脳筋プレイだけども、多分それが一番早い気がしてるんだよね。さっきの庭のどっかにありそうだよね、バール。バールといえば庭みたいな、外みたいなイメージもあるんだけど。
Mary is so upset. She's never seen a dead body before.
Life can be tough sometimes.
And that detective asked to come with help.
あったー、見つけたー。じゃあとりあえずこれで動かしますか。ここか。はい、よいしょ。オフィスに入ってたんですけど、とりあえずオフィスに入って、これが何ですか？
Zachary's diary. This is big. He was about to confess to the world that he and Alexa murdered their older brother Montgomery 46 years ago. And apparently, Mr. Fernsby helped make the murder look like an accident. And 47, the handwriting doesn't match the suicide letter in his room, proving he didn't write it himself.
あ、マスターキーじゃん。マスターキーもらえて草。あとなんかもう一箇所なんか調べられそう。
Painkillers. Lethal if you use enough of them.
But not the poison used to kill Zachary. Of course, Madame Carlyle doesn't know that. Are you considering to frame the butler, 47? Mr. Fernsby clearly didn't commit the murder, but I think you have enough evidence to convince Madame Carlyle he did. Maybe you should tell him you are ready to present your findings. Unless, of course, you want to do some more detecting, 47?
なんか怪しいよね。毒薬は持ってるわ。なんかいろいろ。めちゃくちゃ怪しいのはわかるんだけど。とりあえず他の部屋もなんか似たような感じで見てくるかって感じなんですけど。気づかれた。音が聞こえたっぽい。これフュージボックスなんかやったら良さそうだな。困った時は。毒混ぜれるようになったので、まあめちゃくちゃ強いかなーって感じなんですけど、強いっていうか楽になったなーって感じなんですけど、あ、2階とかのなんか開かなかった部屋とかそこら辺は全部マスターキーでごまかせますね、これから。なるほどね。マスターキー強えー。 新聞紙じゃ何も起きねえよ。
So, how long have you been working here?
About a month now.
You're American. What on earth are you doing in this shithole? A girl like you belongs to clubs in London. I bet you. What about Rick?
Sir?
置物とかがいっぱいだなぁ。特にでもなんか漁れるものはなさそうだな。どこに行けんだろう。なんでこんなところになんかあれがあるの？レンガがあるの？ああ、リングベル4使ったら多分誰か来てくれるんだろうなーって感じはするけど。羊さんにもう一回話してみよう。
I'm ready to present my conclusion to Madame Carlyle.
Very well. If you'll follow me, sir.
ああ、もう答え分かったよって。まあ、手記もあったし、毒もあったし、まあ多分、あいつやろみたいな。あの部屋の持ち主でしょうっていう感じですね。正直。まあ多分そうだろうなって感じだけど。さて、問題はね、答え分かりましたよって言ったのはいいんだけど、実はもうちょっと漁れたんじゃないかっていう疑惑があってですね、そこだけが不安だわ。あ、今あれじゃん。OK。ライブ画面にしなかったのでコメント見れてなかったです。すいません。さてと。
How are you today, sir?
This is Madame Carlyle's office.
Hi there.
Please step inside.
違うのか。待って待って待って。
Your detective skills have gained you access to the lion's den.
カーラーズオフィスに来たので。
Go claim your reward.
So, Mr. Whitmer, you've reached a conclusion. Take a seat. Please.
座れって言われたら座ります。アクセス to あ、いいでいいのか。
The butler, Mr. Fernsby, killed Zachary.
Fernsby? Oh, you've got that wrong. He would never do such a thing. He is the most loyal man I have ever met.
I found pills in his office that matches the poison that killed your brother. Furthermore, I found Zachary's
ああ、本当は植物毒だけど、あれが殺したよっていう風に
It showed
言ったの
that
か。
Zachary intended to publish a written confession
なるほ
to
ど
a
ね。
murder the two of you committed nearly 50 years ago. The murder of your older brother, Montgomery.
That's outrageous. We did no such thing.
No need to feign innocence. I know a killer when I see one, and my discretion is assured. The papers also described how Mr. Fernsby helped you stage the murder of Montgomery as an
別に誰が殺したか関係ねえん
I
だ。
believe he killed Zachary not to be exposed as an accomplice to murder.
Sweet Fernsby. You are wrong, Mr. Whitmer. He did not do it to protect himself. He did it to protect the Carlyle legacy. Mr. Fernsby, like myself, understands that sacrifices must be made to secure stability and prosperity. Mr. Whitmer, I'd appreciate it if your findings never leave this room. I understand Fernsby's actions, and there is no need for them to have more consequences than they already have. Fernsby was very fond of Zachary, and I'm sure his decision will haunt him to the day he dies. About your reward, have you considered an amount?
I want the file you have on Arthur Edwards.
Arthur Edwards, the constant.
なんか欲しいものあるって言われたから、
That must mean
なんか言ってみるわ。
I expected you'd show up. But you're not here to kill me. If you were, you would have already. The enemy of my enemy, I suppose.
バレテーラー。暗殺者ってことバレテーラー。
The file you want is in the safe. Good hunting. I need some privacy. Thank you.
Good
work, 47. That's the file on Arthur Edwards secured. Time to take care of Madame Carlyle.
これさ。
Mission complete. Well done, 47.
あ、やべ。なんか無線がやばい。さて、じゃあとりあえずこれでねミッションクリアしたので、早速ね帰らせていただきますと。やっぱここら辺暗いわ。ここら辺めちゃ暗いわ。で外はどっち？外はどっち？あっちか。多分サンタ3つあれがあったんですけど、選択肢があったんですけど、おそらくここにもおそらくここにもいろいろ見えるものがあって、でこんな感じでもういろいろ見れるこんな感じで多分秘密の部屋があって、でこの秘密の部屋を見つけたらみたいな、いろいろできたよみたいな。一瞬探すけどあれやったな。もう終わってしまったな。おそらくまだあったのかな。カチャ。なんかないかな。まあなさそうだね。こっち側は何が見えるんですか。
What are you doing here? This is a restricted area, so I need you to follow. Oh crap! Yeah. Why the hell did you do that, you bastard? Try running away from this.
なんだっけ。思いっきりぶん殴ったけど、とりあえずまあ隠すか。あと逃げるだけなんですけど、とりあえず隠すか。はい。多分この人も容疑者の一人だったんじゃねえかなって感じはするんですけどね。で、何調べてたとか、そこら辺とかをこうやって見れるので、なるほどねっていう。なんか違うやつクリアしてる、もしかして。まあいいんだけど。はい。とりあえずはまああとは出るだけなんでね。向こうらしいが。まあ正々堂々表から出るか。表から出るだけでいいよかったのに、なぜか知らないけど遠回りをして挙句に別のところに行って まあ、なんかいろいろ調べ物するっていうね。本当は多分あそこら辺で全員分のオフィス行って確認取ったらあれだったんじゃないかな。3つ選択肢あったけど全部選べたんじゃないかなって感じですね。で全部選んでそのうちのどれか1つが本当の正解なんですけど、まあ、今回正解選べませんでしたね。正解は皆さんでやってもらってって感じですね。で、はい。
47. They're everywhere. Go, get out. It's the Constantine. Shit.
コンスタントが殺しに来てるのか？そういうこと？ちょっとみんなやれちゃった？もしかしてマスターオブマスターが開いたよって言ってるね。はい、それはいいんだけど、自己主はいいんだけど、はい。ガーデンの人になれるのね。なるほどね。でそれはいいんだけど、You on him.
47. Don't respond. Just listen. Diana can't help you now. You need to find Olivia. She will know what to do. I wish there had been more time.
見つかったんかな。
And then there were none. Thank you, Miss Burnwood. Now, it's my turn.
Oh.
Stay down. Boss wants you alive.
Yeah? How about now?
Over here! Cover me!
Walk away!
Or what? You gonna take us all on?
7、8人以上おるけど。
Don't. Tell the Constant to start running.
やべえ、自殺しちゃった。
You think you've won?
主人公を守るために自殺しちゃったよ。
And 47 never misses his mark.
Neither do you, Miss Burnwood. That's what makes you valuable.
You're delusional. You think I would betray 47?
Trust me, you owe him nothing.
What is this?
I told you we could help each other, and I meant it. I'll look forward to your call.
死んじゃった。味方どんどん死んでいく。
Gray is gone. Go to Berlin and stay out of sight. We're all that's left now.
まあ、とうとうね、コンスタントの方に見つかっちゃったので、やべえって話ですね。で、まあ、一応まだ終わってないよね、みたいな。これとあと2つ残ってるよ、どうするみたいなのと、まあ次回もう1回やろうかな。とりあえずどうしようかな。今日は終わりたいと思います。で、次回、残った2つのミッションやっていこうかなと思います。よろしくお願いします。はい。それでは、ご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、動画の評価よろしくお願いいたします。また、Twitter の方もしておりますので、概要欄の方からフォローしていただけると嬉しいです。それでは、次回の動画でお会いしましょう。お疲れ様でした。バイバーイ。